Hello, my dear students. Welcome to Shukla IS Academy. This is Raini, and we are going to start our daily current affairs analysis, news analysis. And today we are going to read about very interesting topics, be it from the Hindu, the Indian Express, Telangana Today, and we will be covering all the top news of 11th June 2025. So please stay tuned with us. When it comes to UPSC, newspaper is its best friend because you can see how the prelims of UPSC has become so unpredictable. Anything and everything under the sun is something which they are asking. So your newspaper becomes very important for you because newspaper is going to give you that knowledge which UPSC is asking for. Even if we say that everything under the sun is asked by UPSC, but that's not correct. Whatever is there on the newspaper, regularly it's coming in the newspaper, is something which UPSC is asking again and again. And here we are bringing you experience of how you should prepare yourself for UPSC and state PCS examination like Telangana State PCS examination and Andhra Pradesh State PCS examination. Okay, so let's get started with your Bible of UPSC, that is newspaper. So the first article we have taken from the Hindu students. Yes, page 1 you can get it. And this article is India's population has hit 146.39 crores. Yes, the new numbers as of 2025 April is 146.39 crores of population India is currently having, and we must know it because we know that we are the most populated country in the whole world, but exact number is yet to be known to everybody. And now through newspaper you will be knowing this very nicely, that is 146.39 crores. Okay, this topic again gives you importance for GS paper 1, Indian society, population and associated issues. Yes, and if we talk about China, if we compare India with China students, okay, India and China, what you will get to know. If India is now having 146.39 crores, China is also not lagging behind. China is having 141.61 crores. Yes, 141.61 crore is the population of China currently. So if we heading towards, we will be knowing that United Nations Population Fund Association, okay, they have started this survey and they came to know that the fertility rate in India, okay, the total number of what is fertility rate? The total number of child a woman can bear in her fertile period, okay. So that is your fertility rate. And currently the fertility rate has declined to 1.9, which is below the replacement rate of 2.1. 2.1 is the replacement rate at which you can replace the fertility rate. You can change it, but now it cannot be, and it has gone below. Okay, and this is also an area of concern for India. And what the report says? The report says although India is growing and it will grow till 170. India will grow till 170 crores. Yes, 170 crores is the number which they have given, United Nations Population Fund have given, that this is the number, 170 crore is the number with which India will be rising the population with, and then it will decline after 40 years. So after 40 years from now, we can assume that India will start declining the population. Okay, but till that we will be reaching 170. And even if we talk about the reports from India, they were also saying somewhere of 141 and 142 will be our population by this year 2025. Although we have not done the census will be done in 2027. But this report highlights that the fertility rate is declining, and it's not because of the winds, but it is somewhere related to inequality and the choices which women have in a lot of places. So fertility rate is changing when it comes to places and places in India. It's not the same. As we have already studied the fertility rate, the total fertility rate of Telangana has reduced drastically. It became 1.5 and Kerala was 1.8 and this is a worrisome situation, and in the near future also India after 4 years will be seeing a challenge in replacing this population with younger generation, right? So this is the article which was talking about. It will first, India is currently now having 146.39 crores of population. Yes, we are almost 147, we are almost 146 crore of population currently, my dear students, and we will be increasing to 170 in the near future, and after 40 years we will be start declining, is what the United Nations Population Fund report says about. Okay. Now the next topic, if we talk about, we have taken from Science and Tech, and the topic is taken from the Hindu, page 11. Sensitive German experiment sets new limits on maximum neutrino mass. Yes, we are here talking about the neutrino. Okay, neutrino we are talking about, and why we are talking about that? Because this is something, this element is something which a lot of experiments have gone, and we have discovered the neutrinos in 1938 itself. Yes, we have discovered the neutrino in 1938 itself, and since then it is a mysterious element. Okay, and this topic goes in your GS paper 3, Science and Technology, students. Okay, we are trying to find the maximum mass of neutrino, and this is your KATRIN. So in Germany there is a KATRIN experiment, and what is this KATRIN experiment all about? It is about the tritium neutrino experiment. Okay, they are talking about the particle tritium, and there, after disintegration of tritium, we will be knowing the mass of neutrino. They are trying to know the mass of neutrino. And if we talk about the mass of neutrino, neutrino is something which has amazed the world a lot. How it has amazed? It is so light. Okay, there are 3 forms of neutrino, and 2 of the forms have a mass greater than 0. And even a mass greater than 0, we have a dilemma here that their mass is so light that they can move at the speed of light. Yes, neutrino can move at the speed of light. Light is something at the speed of which they can move. So this becomes very interesting for the scientists to study, because it universe lightest and least understood particles. This is okay. This is universe lightest and least understood particle. Now the cosmologist depends on such studies to redefine models of the early universe and galaxy formation. Although in the galaxy we know that there are millions and millions of neutrino mass present, but still we need to know more about it, because it is the lightest and the least experimented and understood particle in the universe. And as I've told you that it can move at the speed of light. It's just the weight of this particle is that less. Okay, so this whole experiment about the deintegration of tritium and then finding the electron energy and then finding the mass of neutrino is something this experiment is talking about. Going ahead, old continent rising. Yes, who is that continent? It is India, none other than India. Yes, this article we have taken from the Indian Express from page 12, my dear students, and this falls under GS paper 2, International Relations. And this relations which we are talking about, this article is again done by C. Raja Mohan. See students, where if you are having an optional of PSIR, Political Science and International Relations, then C. Raja Mohan becomes a very important author for you. So whatever articles he is coming up in international relations, do make notes of it. Yes, do make notes of it. Make your own notes and write it down whatever he is saying, because when you write your answers for your PSIR optional, as I was also having my optional as PSIR, so I am giving you this insights that when you are having your optional as PSIR, you must read the articles of C. Raja Mohan, right? So our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar traveled to Europe, and again our Prime Minister PM Modi has traveled all the way to Canada for G7 meeting. What does this highlights? This highlights the growing demand of India in Europe. Yes, and Europe is trying to have a strategic tie with India, be it your trade, defense, and free trade agreement. So we are very close with free trade agreement with Europe. Yes, that is a big deal which we are actually having with Europe. Okay, with European Union, we are going to have free trade agreement, which is an achievement for India definitely. And if we talk about the Trump era, which is very volatile. Although in G7 we know that there are countries like US, UK, Canada, France, Italy, Japan. Yes, this is your G7. India is nowhere in the G7. India is just a guest member. But still the respect with which the Canadian Prime Minister had requested our Prime Minister PM Modi to come to Canada shows that the bitter feud between India and Canada has ended, and now Canada has welcomed India with open arms. Yes, with open arms Canada has welcomed India, and now we will see how the power play in the G7 is happening. Because although Trump is leading G7, but if we talk about the strategic move, the Euro, okay, the Japan, Euro, and rest of the countries like France, they and Canada, they are very much now eager to do friendship with India, be it your defense or trade. Because the volatility in the trade tariffs of US has again made sad and again everyone very worrisome, be it your Europe or Canada. Okay, and we have also seen there are corridors like India, which India and Europe are actually trying to build. They are your India, Middle East, European corridor, which is again very famous, Trade and Technology Council, and also G7. Yes, so this is all kind of indulgence of India with European Union, and this is not less. Okay, even our External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's visit is going to have very positive approach to Europe when it comes to free trade agreements. So we are expanding our wings. Yes, India is expanding its wings. Be it your External Affairs Minister or be our Prime Minister, everyone is respected in Europe because India is something which is proving its worth again and again, be it your trade or when it comes to peace or when it comes to performing at international forums. Correct? So going ahead, the next topic talks about our own favorite, Shubhanshu Shukla. Yes, the second Indian. He is the only second Indian venturing to space. His presence will be there in space and he will be the second Indian. He is the only second Indian going to space. Let me be very clear to you, my dear students. And this article we have taken from the Indian Express, page 18. And it talks about how astronauts reach International Space Station. What is the whole mechanism by which the astronauts reach International Space Station? So if we talk about International Space Station, this is Earth and suppose this is your ISS. The total distance, do you know? The total distance between the Earth and ISS is about 400 kilometers. Okay, it is 400 kilometers, and yes, this 400 kilometers is again not less because you have to travel with manned vehicles and then you have to deliver it to the International Space Station. So if we talk about International Space Station, so Shubhanshu Shukla is part of Axiom 4 mission and it is aboard the SpaceX Falcon 9. Who owns the SpaceX? Elon Musk, right? So SpaceX Falcon 9 is something in which he will be venturing to International Space Station and then further he will start his Axiom 4 mission. So Axiom 4 mission under SpaceX, Elon Musk has a 2-stage reusable rocket to transport astronauts to the International Space Station. And the first stage returns to Earth, while the second purple, the Dragon capsules into the orbit. Yes, the rest of the mechanism of SpaceX Falcons returns to Earth but the capsule goes into the space, where in that capsule our 4 astronauts will be there. And who are the 4 astronauts? One, we have our famous Shubhanshu Shukla from India, and rest will be your Western countries foreigners. So now if we talk about the speed at which we have 400 kilometers from Earth, so the speed with which they have to go is 28,000 kilometer per hour. This is, and they are going to take 28 days. They are going to take 28 hours, my dear students. Okay, they are going to take 28 hours, and then they will be reaching this 400 kilometers travel range from Earth to International Space Station. Now we will be talking about Telangana Today news. Okay, and it is in page 6. Self-reliance in rare earth elements. What are these rare earth elements, my dear students? A question for you all. And we have taken this from GS paper 1 geography. Okay, and Telangana Today, because we have promised you that we are going to prepare you not only for UPSC but also for state PCS like Telangana State PCS Group 1, Group 2, Andhra Pradesh State PCS examination as well, students. So this rare earth elements are the group of 17 elements. Okay, it is a group of 17 elements having high density, high conductivity. Yes, they have high density, they have high conductivity, and they are a group of 17 elements. And if we talk about their usage, oh my god, they are used everywhere, be it your smartphones, MRI detection machine, your missiles, okay, your space techs, what else, LED lights, electrical vehicles, defense equipments, missiles. Yes, your rare earth elements are used everywhere. Okay, be it your missiles, smartphones, defense tech, MRI system, okay. All these things are using your rare earth element, which are 17 in number, and they have high density and high conductivity. Okay. So if we talk about India and China, so China currently is handling 90% of the needs of rare earth element. Okay. China is having, and India is producing only 1% of the global supply due to regulatory and investment hurdles. So you can see the comparison, and we are whole and sole dependent on the foreign country for rare earth elements. Okay, and this is not a good scenario, because even though we are 5th largest when it comes to resources, we have the resources of rare earth element, and we are the 5th largest in having such resources. Still we are not able to cater. We are able to cater only 1% of rare earth element, and here comes your National Critical Mission. Yes, National Critical Mineral Mission. If in UPSC or in your examination they are going to ask it, what is the purpose of National Critical Mineral Mission, students? Then what are you going to say? It is regarding the rare earth elements. Yes, rare earth elements is something which they are dealing, and they are actually trying to mine more and more rare earth elements from the earth's surface. Currently we are contributing only 1% to the global supply chain, and China is supplying 90% to the global supply chain, students, which is a worrisome situation. We are very much dependent on their exports. We are very much dependent on China, and even the world is dependent, because the rare earth elements are used everywhere: electrical vehicles, missiles, defense system, MRIs, and even in your smartphones, right? That was the last article for today. Hope everything was clear, and we will be returning tomorrow with all the important news from the Hindu, the Indian Express, Telangana Today. So we will be covering everything which is important for you. So please stay tuned with us, subscribe to our channel, that is Shikhara IAS Academy, and please comment anything you have doubt and contact us in this given number below, so that you can take admissions at Shikhara IAS Academy. We have started our foundation course, 1-year foundation course for UPSC, for state PCS, Telangana Group 1, Group 2, and we are soon launching our mains test series. Yes, mains test answer writing boot camp we are starting. This boot camp you will be provided one-to-one sessions with the faculties, and also you will be writing answers every day, my dear students. Okay, so that's all for today. Please stay tuned with us and don't forget to make notes of your current affairs.